let's get this started, I guess. Hello and welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for coming and attending this. Let me get my headset off here. These are the worst things for people to come together for. I much prefer to have friends, family, and folks come together for other things, but unfortunately, this is a reality of any life, virtual or real. And again, we really appreciate the fact that so many of you care. Yaya has been with Dragon for 6 years. I've known Yaya for over 6 years. For those of you not familiar with Yaya, she's a tiny and she had a shop in a little beehive shop on the grounds of Raglan. The first time I met Yaya, I just loved her. I love her name, Yaya. What a great name, right? I mean, one of the great things about virtual worlds and avatars is that you get to pick a name, a new persona. And what a great name. And she was a tiny hippo. And the tinies, whichever tiny avatar you wear, what you pick is kind of akin to a piece of you, of who you are, and it kind of represents your own personality. So each tiny avatar is unique for the person and the personality behind it. It's very rare that we see hippo tinies, and they're so adorable and they're so cute, but it takes a special person to choose the hippo. And the hippos, like all the tinies, I mean, instantly bring a smile to the face, but the hippos, for me, have always been something special. So when I first met Yaya, and she's a tiny hippo, we hit it off right after that. And she's come and gone due to real life, due to other interests, and due to illness. But she was always funny and helpful and kind. And for a while there, she was in our events and activities group. She was a great host, and she was also always forthcoming with helpfulness, whether we needed something or asking if there was something that could be done or she could do. I had a chance to talk to her several times on the phone, on Skype, and this past January we actually had talked about her possibly helping us with our Jacquie, reimagining a tiny Athen Shire. Because she, for those of you who don't know, in the real world, besides being a web developer, she's also a very talented artist and illustrator. And we have been in dire need of illustrators and artists. So I talked to her a few times in January about her helping us out. She really wanted to, but we couldn't make it happen because her work, her own startup web company that she started with her real life partner, Jay, and she was sick, and she's been sick for a long time. It's not something that she's shared virtually, which I can appreciate. When you come in here, you want to forget what's going on in real life, because for a lot of us, real life is very difficult. So she didn't share that with everyone. A few of us know. But she was a long-time resident. She always came back, and she always visited, and she always sent messages when she was not around, just to say hi or to check in. And she was so young, and it's all the more tragic because she was only in her early 30s, and that's too damn young. And the vacuum, once again, that is left behind by people when they pass on, it's the hardest thing, because everyone leaves an imprint on what they touch, and those that are around and interact with, no matter whether it's real or virtual. Everyone has a story. And that's what we're doing here today. We're telling her story. Because ultimately, the person you are, and the actions you take, and the choices and decisions that you make, that's what people remember as to who you are as a person, as a human being, as a tiny. And it's always hard to say goodbye to people, knowing that we'll never see them again. But again, we can keep their story alive and well, and we can tell their story, and that's what I'm hoping we can do with Yaya. The older folks, the newer folks, the folks in between who've been around Athen Shire, just like all the others that have gone before her. We tell their stories so that they're remembered and they remain with us in our hearts. And they're never left behind. They're never forgotten. So we've taken this park. This is a public park. It's been on Athen Shire forever. Not many people have ever even known about this park, let alone these days. But it's a nice little park. And we thought we would rechristen this park Remembrance Park. So as we go forth in the future, of course we don't want to lose any of our friends. But should it happen, we're going to be using this park, Remembrance Park, as a place to put our friends. But we're going to dedicate Remembrance Park, rechristen it Remembrance Park, and this is where we will have future services for fallen comrades and friends and loved ones. I can't stress enough that, like, as a community in a virtual world, which in itself is a very strange oddity, and yet it plays a very important role for so many. It gives us a place to once again come and forget the status quo and the reality of real life. And people, again, have difficult lives, whether it's due to illness or loss or health, or working, 2-3 jobs. Or whatever the hardships, this is a great place to come to forget all of that and spend time with friends and meet new friends and help others or be helped by others or enjoy activities or enjoy music or just do nothing. It's a great place. And I know Yaya appreciated it, and I know she would completely appreciate the fact that so many of you have turned out, to taking time away from your real life to teleport to virtual location and think good thoughts and remember this story of this lovely person. It's about what I wanted to say. There's not really too many words that can be said when you're saying goodbye to a friend. But I thought we would have Sid, who's a real-life boyfriend of 18 years, come on over voice and describe to you all his feelings and his thoughts about Yaya and tell her story. And then afterwards, we'll hang the leaf, say a few more words, and properly say goodbye. So, Sid, why don't you come up here where I'm at, and folks, this is going to be over voice, and I see all the dots, but just make sure you have the voice on. And
Hello!
Let me tell Yaya's story.
Hello. Uh-huh.
Okay, good. I'm really not so good with voice, so I've never really used it. This is kind of new to me. Anyway, first, I'd like to thank everyone here and everyone in the Tiny and the Raglan community, because your outpouring of love has really moved me. And it's made this whole tragedy so much easier to deal with. You guys are some of the second life's most wonderful people. And it's obvious why Yaya was so fond of you. Yeah, that's my cat. Our cat. Okay, anyway, Jacquie Denise Childers was the center of my world for 18 years. She was one of the most artistic, talented, creative people I've ever known. And she was beautiful and intelligent and compassionate. And she touched so many people in so many ways, as everyone here knows. Those who knew her briefly knew her humor and her wit and her all-around wackiness. Those who were lucky enough to know her well knew how loving and kind she was. Jacquie had a hard, tragic, and painful life. She had a very rough childhood, which included losing her mother at a very young age. She was pretty young when she moved to New Jersey to be with me, and we didn't have it easy. Before that, two very stubborn people living in less than ideal circumstances. We were always poor, living in unpleasant places, and always had trouble getting our lives together. But she had so many plans. She was starting to get back into doing her artwork, and she wanted to start selling it. She had an amazing idea for a children's book. She was going to make a webcomic. She had plans for a website about horror. Anyone who knew her knew that that was one of her favorite things, horror movies and stuff. She, even in the last couple of days, she was still coming up with new ideas. She wanted to try to find a way to sell her amazing vegan desserts and dishes. She made some wonderful food. And these things will never come to be now, and I truly believe the world is a sadder, darker place because of it. Jacquie and I were going to get an RV and travel, and eventually settle down in Vermont. She had never been there, but she fell in love with it through pictures and videos. And one of her favorite pastimes was to look at property and land listings and plan for living there. We were going to get a small house in the village with a studio for her art and pottery, a big garden and a dog or two. We were even talking about getting married finally. And she wanted a child. She wanted me to take her last name so she could continue her family line. And Disney World was another passion of hers. She hadn't been there since high school, and she wanted so much to go back. She was always making extensive plans for where we'd go and what we'd see, and even where we'd eat. She knew every ride and attraction. She knew where she wanted to stay, what she wanted to do there, and even which gift shops to go to. She had a whole plan made out for getting healthy and into shape so she could run in the Disney half marathon. She was so excited about that, she managed to convince me, I'm a guy who spends all day just sitting, to agree to train with her. We were Team Hippo. I don't want to let Jacquie down. She is an inspiration to me, just like she is to so many people. I will take her ashes to the woods in Vermont so she can stay there forever. Excuse me. And Team Hippo will run that half marathon someday. Lord knows it won't be soon, but I will do it for her. I miss you, Jacquie Childers. I love you forever. That's it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for loving her.
Our community, but we are real people, and it is always sad and tragic to lose one of us, one of our friends. Again, thanks for very kind and loving words, and can't say I feel your pain, because your pain is yours and yours alone.
Thank you.
But she was loved and appreciated, and this is, again, very sad. Again, we tell this story So, we dedicate this park, the Remembrance Park, for all our
Uh-huh.
fallen friends. Jacquie, Yaya, the first to be memorialized in this park. Follow me if you can. I'm going to walk over to this tree. What we're going to be doing in the future here is anytime someone walking like that, we're going to hang out at least with their name on it. And if you can see where I am over here, this is Yaya's place. And so long as Athen Shire stands, I'm checking out this will be much like we have other memorials here in Shire, other whereabouts. This is Yaya's place. And it's a small token of our love and appreciation, but we got together. And yeah, she will always be remembered. And my last thought is, as we go about our daily lives, and however we go about our daily lives, my one thing for everyone is, again, our decisions, our choices, our actions define who we are. To never take anything, anyone, any place, any situation for granted. Treasure what you have, and fight what you don't have. Because you only get one shot, and you need to fight for it. Sometimes you do it alone, sometimes you do it to help others. But you do it. And when you do it, and when you do it right, you earn the respect and love of all those around you. And with that, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to keep this short for the long range of time. I think we know why we're all here. Our hearts go out to Sid and to me and to her real life family. And we will miss you. Team Hippo will always live on. Thank you all. Thank you so much for coming.